Are you getting tilted every single second of Valorant? Well, here are some tips to help you improve your mental, so let's jump straight into it. There's so many things to learn about Valorant, one of them being mindset, one of them being the mental game of Valorant. And that is one of the most important things that you need to adopt in this game, because without it, you're going to be on that loser queue streak and you're just going to give up. And that's one thing that you need to not do, because every gamer on Valorant has a goal, has a mindset that they want to get to this rank, that they want to get to this, they want to achieve the best that they can every act, every episode. And without having that mindset, without having that mental game, you just won't be able to hack the game. So I'm in games where people are raging at round 3, people are losing their composure at round 2, when they lose an eco round, when they 3 rounds in a row they're already forfeiting. My question to you is why do you do that? Why do you just give up instantly? It's literally been 3 rounds in and you've just given up. What's the point? Why are you doing that to yourself? Not only just doing that to yourself, why are you triggering your teammates? And that's where the mindset and mental game comes into kick. I understand a lot of people that have clicked on this video, a lot of people have ran into those kind of people. Maybe you are that annoying person that just kicks off at round 3 and just gives up. One word I like to say is stop. Don't do that, because you're there not only just to win, but you're also there to learn from your losses. You might be losing 5 games in a row, but those 5 games, have you actually analysed on how you could improve? Have you actually analysed on where you're positioning, what's going on, what you're doing wrong? But the first tip I like to say and make is record your VODs, record your games where you can. If you can record your games, 100% do that, and look back into those points where you're raging and be like, okay, what have I done here? What am I doing wrong? If you guys can, 100%, I'd recommend you guys record your clips, record your VODs, because record your games so you could write down and identify those key things that you guys need to improve, whether it's your positioning, whether it's your in-game sense, whether your crosshair placement isn't 100%. Practice makes perfect, and not every player is going to be perfect. I'm not perfect myself. I'm a Diamond 2 player at the moment, and the more you practice, the more you improve your aim. You learn how to use your skills and your abilities more effectively, because you're in that environment of game where you could just focus. Everyone at the end of the day, their goal is to get out of the rank they are currently in, whether you're stuck in Iron, whether you're stuck in Silver, whether you're stuck in Immortal and you're trying to get Radiant. And these little things can help adapt and just perfect your game. Your mindset will change in the sense of you're working towards a goal, you're working towards improving, because that's what everyone in this game is trying to do. They're trying to grow. And if there are toxicity players, don't retaliate. Moving on to my next point, if there are toxicity players or toxic players or teammates that you played with, don't compete with them. There's also another side, and that's don't worry about top fragging. Because a lot of people I've seen, a lot of entry fraggers compete with each other and say, I want to get team MVP or match MVP and be the big man. My take on that is, don't worry about top fragging or trying to get that MVP, because at the end of the day, if you're playing a Sentinel, you're not always going to top frag, or if you're a controller player, you're not always going to top frag. And hey, even if you are an entry fragger such as a Reyna or Phoenix or Raze or Jet, a duelist's role isn't to always get frags, it's to make space for your team to push on a site. And that's where people think that wide swinging and trying to get picks is what an entry fragger does. Yes, that is one thing that an entry fragger should do, but the main role of a duelist is to find space, is to make space for their team to push on a site so that your team could trade you out and plant the bomb. Don't also be a troll. Try to listen. At the end of the day, you guys are all working towards a goal. You guys are working towards a desired achievement, and that is to get out of the rank, trying to win. That's your mentality. You're trying to win. If you guys are losing, do not worry. Every loss is a learning curve. L isn't losing, it's a learning curve. I should really take my own advice, but here we are. But yeah, now moving on to my next point is learning from every loss. Like I briefly mentioned this, but learning from every loss means that you're there to learn from what you've done previously, whether you're retaliating or getting really triggered on the little things. If you lose a few rounds here and there, it's still possible to win the game. If you haven't seen Valorant Pro, or if you haven't seen the recent Valorant tournaments, Fnatic came from final game 11-3 down and they come back to win the VCT lock-ins. And that itself is a story. That itself is a story that you guys need to look at and be like, and understand. They were on their lowest of lows on the last round, on the last game. They were going to lose the tournament that they literally won every single game at, every single round at, every single map at, and they lost it. They could have lost it, but look at them. They worked together. They tried to nourish something amazing, and look at the comeback. Look at the story that Fnatic have done. And honestly, I still can't believe that happened. I'm still baffled. That leads to my next point. Watch professional players, watch pro players play, watch how they play, how they do the call outs, how they do the shots, how they play with a character that you play. So let's say I play Cypher, there's a lot of Cypher pros and Sentinel pros, then go on to their streams, or when there are VCTs going on, I can watch how they play, how they adapt to little situations, how they clutch, what their crosshair placements, what's their crosshair like, etc. Those little things build up and help you adapt and learn from those games. To summarize this video on Valorant Mentor, think positive. If you're 9-3 down, try to find a way to hype up your team. Regardless if your teammates are retaliating and getting angry, tell them like, listen, stop being an egotistical muppet and humble them. Number 2, watch people play, watch the professionals play. Understand what they do and how you can implement that in your game. And number 3, and the final point is, don't rage quit around 3, because there's more than just one round in this game. There's about probably 50 rounds in this game. So you got this. It's been a Waja. Keep smiling, be yourself, stay awesome. Sorry for my voice. I'm fasting, so I do apologize. My energy isn't the best. But have a wonderful rest of the day. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Adios.